Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Pick and Roll with the Presley Bros. We're back with another late night episode. Tucker's kids keep on keeping him up, and there's nothing we can do about it. So we got to film when we can film. Here we are on Monday night, January 5th, 2026. I
It might
cannot
be
believe,
January 6th by the time we're done.
yeah, for real. Cannot believe it's already 2026. 2025 just flew by. Great year. Just looking forward to some more college basketball. If you haven't already, look down below, subscribe. It's free to you. Just helps the channel out, helps us grow, and it doesn't sign you up for any emails or anything like that. Just helps the channel out and gives us some more clout on as we go out through our YouTube channel. So, thank you for following along. We got a lot to get into. We're going to try and move quickly because I'm tired, Tucker's tired, and I'm sick. So please bear with me.
I'm already having technical difficulties here. Like already freezing. Guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm already having issues. It's probably going to happen here, so just
Yeah.
bear with us. Bear with us. We're still trying to work this out. We got to get some better connection. But
Yeah, part of it's
anyways,
probably the server that we're using.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But anyways, there were some huge games over the weekend. We'll talk about Michigan State at Nebraska, Kentucky at Bama, Tennessee, Arkansas. But before that, there were like several upsets or almost upsets. So like
Yeah.
Seattle almost beat Gonzaga, like really should have won that game, up by double
Mm.
digits at one point. UNC got smacked by SMU. Florida got beat by Missouri. Kansas lost to UCF. St. John's lost to Providence, although I don't think that's as big. But
Yeah.
out of those upsets, Dalton, which one catches your eye the most?
Honestly, I think it has to be either I'm just kind of a toss up between either Missouri into Florida or SMU to North Carolina. Now, I would probably give this slight edge to SMU because they didn't just beat North Carolina, they smacked them by 14.
14.
97 to 83. And now SMU is a solid team. They're 12-2, but I thought surely they would be enough, that North Carolina would be enough to handle them. I mean, they've lost to Vandy and LSU. LSU is not really that good. Vandy's pretty solid this year so far. But SMU has to play Clemson and Duke next, so we're really going to see what they're made of. They have a really hard stretch, but they just did not get enough. They did not get enough from their two main guys. North Carolina didn't. Between Caleb Wilson and Henry Vasar, just didn't get enough from those guys. I'm trying to pull up the box score, but I'm having a hard time here.
Yeah, they Caleb Wilson had 13, Vasar had 14. Not terrible, but you need a little bit more, especially on the road. And SMU's a solid team, like you said.
Yeah.
They've only got 2 losses on the season, two decent teams as well.
Yep.
So I think maybe I'm curious to see if SMU will be one of those teams that can kind of surprise the ACC. And here I go again, dude. Just
Here you go, freezing, dude.
Can you hear me at least though?
I can hear you. The Wi-Fi at your place is horrid. I can still hear you though.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going out here.
I guess just keep on talking. What game was your most shocking game? Would you say that one as well, or?
I would say one of those. Well, I mean, let me take it back. Seattle at Gonzaga was shocking. I mean, I know Gonzaga won the game. They won the game in OT. Okay, they won the game in overtime after being down by double digits. Like at halftime, they were down by 8, 37 to 29.
Oof.
And it was at Gonzaga. Like this game's at Gonzaga, and Seattle's doing this to you. And I'm trying to look at this. They have like a little game cast thing.
Was that Sunday or Saturday?
What?
Was that Sunday or Saturday?
The game was Friday.
Yeah. Oh, it's Friday. That's why I couldn't find it.
So like with let's see. Seattle was up 59-49 with 7:36 left in the second half. They're up by 10 with 7 minutes to go. No, yeah, 10 with 7 minutes left to go. And let Gonzaga crawl back in it, and Gonzaga just took over overtime, won by 8 points.
Yeah, I think their highest win percentage, they were in 80 at that was 7:15 to go, 86.5% chance to win.
Yeah. Yeah, like
you didn't say that, did you?
No, I did not.
But, okay, I was making sure.
But dude, like that is
not good for Gonzaga.
Yeah, it's shocking. Like Gonzaga at home, they historically speaking, like Gonzaga does not lose at home to WCC opponents. Like opponents in their conference. They don't lose those games or even come close to losing.
Yeah.
And here they were on the precipice of losing this game. I mean, it was really, really, really close. And I mean, Seattle's doesn't look like to be a terrible team. I'm trying to find them here in KenPom, but I've been scrolling for a while and don't see. Here they are, 112 in KenPom. Okay, maybe they're not good.
Oh man,
dude, guess what Seattle's offense is on KenPom? Just their ranking on
87,
196.
Ooh,
196, and they were housing Gonzaga in the first half in particular.
They really were.
So that one was the most shocking, even though Gonzaga still won the game. It went to OT. I always forget to put these little slides up here that say game reaction on them. Anyways, but Florida, Missouri, like that game flew under the radar because it's like Missouri got absolutely annihilated by Illinois. I think it was 91-48.
It was bad.
91-48, and then they come out and they beat Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. This Florida team has been so underwhelming.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I didn't think, I know like we've talked about it a billion times, but I didn't think they would be as bad as they've shown so far. Yeah. I mean, besides the game against Duke, they have not looked impressive.
That was a good game for them.
Yes.
Even though they lost the game.
They played their best game all season, but still lost. And it's just like, I'm honestly intrigued. I think they'll beat Kentucky, even though it's at Kentucky. I do think Florida will win. Oh no, that's Missouri. That's Missouri's schedule. Sorry, I don't think Missouri will beat Kentucky at Kentucky. I was just trying to look at their schedule, but I lost it already, so I'm not even going to worry about it. I just don't know. Florida can just continue to struggle. We didn't even mention Stanford beat Louisville.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, they're out.
This weekend was weird, man.
But I just don't think it's an excuse to lose to a team like Stanford because,
well,
Stanford has lost to Seattle, by the way.
There it is.
They lost to UNLV. Stanford lost to UNLV. You know how bad UNLV is. We saw them.
Yeah, UNLV's bad. They're 12-3 though.
And they lost to Notre Dame. The final score of the Notre Dame game, 47-40.
Yikes. Ew. Their best win, I don't even know.
Besides Louisville, it's probably Minnesota
or Colorado. Yeah. I don't know.
No, they beat Drake. I mean St. Louis. That's probably St. Louis is actually a pretty solid team.
If you're Louisville, you can't lose that game. I do get if you had Mikel Brown, you weren't going to lose that game. But
yeah.
You still can't. Like losing to Stanford is not acceptable. That's not okay. That this weekend was weird, man. Just these upsets all over the place. Like UCF beats Kansas, and I mean, pretty much handles Kansas. They were up at half, and won both halves. End up winning the game by 6.
UCF I know the game 12-1.
What?
UCF's 12-1. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, the only loss is to Vandy.
Yeah.
So like,
no, they haven't really played anybody, but besides Kansas now, but still.
Yeah, I mean, they beat Kansas. I mean, in both halves, and like they had Darren Peterson. Darren Peterson dropped 26 though.
Yeah.
This Kansas team, it's not a vintage Kansas team. I mean, this is just. It's not. They don't have. Aside from Darren Peterson, there's nobody in their starting lineup that I'm just like, wow, that is just an absolute dog. Maybe Flory Badunga. But like
8 points.
Yeah, I don't know about anybody else on that team that I'm just like, okay, yeah, this dude's a stud.
Yeah.
But sometimes, Coach Self has brought the best out of some decent teams. But anyways, UCF may be a problem. This just adds to the Big 12, like
It
the
does.
chaos of the Big 12, like. And I think like when you look at these upsets, I think it's going to make for really fun conference races. Like I think the SEC too is just going to beat up on each other all season long. Like I didn't think Missouri was going to be a factor, but they're beating Florida. Like they could probably pick off another one of these top teams, the game's at Missouri, especially. And it
Yeah.
makes for these fun conference races. I'm curious to see what SMU will do in the ACC. Can they clip, a Duke or a Louisville or something like that? So man, there are some wild games. Before we move on to predicting some of these other games real quick, did you see the Notre Dame coach charge at the ref at the end of the game?
No.
Yeah. Notre Dame lost to California on they missed a buzzer beater to win the game. Notre Dame did. And their coach, Coach Shrewsbury, I think is his name, charged at a ref, and his players and coaches had to hold him back. He was yelling at this dude. I guess he just, thought the guy missed a call and, put the loss on the ref. And so he came out with a statement saying he apologized and, that it wasn't fair or it wasn't right for him to do that. ACC basically just came out and said, yeah, we consider the matter closed. It's unacceptable. The end. There's no punishment.
Well,
So,
man, if he didn't put his hands on the ref, I mean, it's whatever, but that's crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, that just came to my mind. We were talking about the ACC there. And that was just kind of a crazy thing there in the ACC. It's already wild that California's in the ACC and Notre Dame's having to travel over there. It's ridiculous. But
yeah, it is insane. Do you want to go right into talking about Nebraska versus Michigan State?
Yeah, dude, great game.
Yeah, what a great game. I mean,
dude.
Wire to wire.
Yep. I thought that might go to OT.
Yeah. Carson Cooper. I know you'll probably I know you'll probably never see this, but got to make free throws, dude.
Yep.
Got to make your free throws. I mean, they just beat USC by 29, 80-51. Michigan State did, but
USC's trash.
Yeah, USC is not good. Chad Baker-Mazara is not good. I'm Chad Baker-Mazara here. I know he actually is pretty good. I'm just a hater. I just don't like him.
Me neither.
But man, Carson Cooper got fouled. He did get fouled on the end with a terrible floater. I mean, he was so off.
He got slapped on the arm.
It was so far off. It wasn't even close. And just when you were like, okay, this could go into OT, he misses the first free throw. And after that, it was pretty much game over. Sorry, man. My nose is running. I need to go get a napkin. But,
yeah, you do.
I mean, the game was just wire to wire the whole entire time. Jackson Kohler continues to be a beast. 7 of 10, 19 points, 5 of 6 from 3. The problem is he is about the only guy.
Consistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, what's this guy's name? Kerr Tang went 4 of 12. That's not great.
4 of 15.
4 of 15 overall, and all his shots that were made were threes.
Kerr Tang.
You just gotta
what a name.
That's their biggest issue. Their defense is great. I mean, you held a good offensive team in Nebraska to 58, but you're only scoring 56. That's
going to be Michigan State's problem. That's going to be their limitation there. I think their defense can keep them in just about any game, but it's going to be their offense. Jeremy Fears just continues to be underwhelming. He was 0 of 4 from 3. The only reason he scored double figures, he went 10 of 10 from the free throw line. Now that's clutch.
Well, at least the guy can make a free throw.
Yeah, somebody can make a free throw, but dude, get this on the this is wild on free throws. Jeremy Fears, 10 of 10. Carson Cooper, 2 of 5. Nobody else shot free throws.
Wow.
That was it. 12 of 15. That's pretty solid, but 2 of 5 one player's not good. What?
How many free throws did? Oh, they only shot 13. I need to get a napkin. Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. Step away. Freak. Yeah, this game was really, really a good game. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch the highlights of that game because it was Nebraska, man, that environment, they were going nuts, dude. They were on top of the world having Michigan State in there and beating them. They're soaking this up, man, because their football team's Garbo. So
Yeah.
I have a good basketball team. Fred Hoiberg's a great coach. Was at Iowa State. Went to the NBA, came back, and man, they look good. I think they can
do.
compete in the Big Ten. Somebody had a bold prediction that they would go further than any Big Ten team in the NCAA tournament. I don't see that. I think
I said they would win the Big Ten, so we'll see
beating
what
out
happens.
Michigan, I don't see that either.
I don't either,
But yeah, that was a great game. I think again, Michigan State's defense can keep them in any game, but their offense is going to limit them severely.
Yeah.
Let me check this on KenPom. They're pretty high in KenPom, 12th in KenPom. Their offense is at 61. I expected that, like in the 50s or 60s. So,
man, and Nebraska got out rebounded bad.
Yeah,
Michigan had 45 rebounds total. Yeah. Michigan State, had 45 rebounds total to Nebraska's 30. So you got rebounded by 15, 34-22 on the defensive glass. You think that would give you some opportunities, but they just cannot score the ball.
Yeah.
Man, they cannot score the ball.
Well,
21 turnovers Michigan State had as well.
Out of anybody in the top, I mean, I'm trying to find this here. Like, to find somebody with a lower offensive rating, you have to go to Creighton at number 43 in KenPom.
Ooh.
That has a lower,
My fault. I said they had 21 points off turnovers. Michigan State had 21 turnovers.
That's the killer. Yeah,
that's what lost in the game.
I saw that in the broadcast. I don't know why I didn't mention that. They pulled it up towards the end of the game, and I was like, 20 turnovers. That's the difference. And I don't know why I didn't bring that up or forgot about it, but that you cannot turn the ball over that many times. I'm sorry.
No.
You just can't.
It looks like Alabama.
Well, Alabama's done pretty good this year with turnovers, actually. But that is atrocious. You want to have half of that in a game, or maybe not half, maybe like 12 or 13, but like that. I mean, you would like to have 10 or less, but man,
Nebraska only had 8.
That's wild, man. So that ultimately you got to give it to Nebraska, man. They're 3-0 in the Big Ten. They're going to be right there. So
they are. They're solid.
Getting over that game is really big for them. So because they've got I think a stretch here where I think they got some winnable games, but then it gets a little tough. Well, yeah, they got Indiana, Oregon, Northwestern, Washington, Minnesota. But then you got back-to-back Michigan, Illinois, Rutgers, Purdue. I think that is going to make or break them in the Big Ten, that 4-game stretch right there with three games against top 16 opponents. So, anyways, great game.
It was a good one.
I think the next best game, even though it wasn't a great game, was Tennessee at Arkansas. This game actually was closer than it appeared. Like the first half and even into the second half, it was back and forth. Tennessee would take a 3-point lead. Arkansas would take a 4-point lead. Tennessee would take a 2-point lead. Arkansas would take a 1-point lead. And it just went back and forth. And, as I was watching this game, I thought, man, Darius Acuff is not having a great game. Then I look up and he's got like 25. I was like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Like, he still just gets his buckets, man. And we said this the other day. He was going to be the best player on the court. And guess what? He was. He was the best player on the floor. And I think that was the difference, that you got a superstar freshman who can get it done for you. But I think Arkansas, man, they've got all the pieces, man. Trevon Brazile is a really good big, who's versatile, can jump, can shoot. They've got guys in Carter Knox and Billy Richmond who are hard-nosed guys who will get the rebounds, who can score, get to the basket. You got Acuff, who's a really good, really solid player all around. I mean, they've got the pieces to make a run. Really somebody actually predicted that Arkansas would win the SEC, I think. So
our video?
I think, or I don't know who that was.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, that's going to be really, 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 really interesting to see how Arkansas fares the rest of the way in the SEC. So
yeah, they got a lot of good players. I mean, Darius Acuff, we already said it, easiest freshman of the year. SEC Freshman of the Year. If not, I don't know if they do an NCAA Freshman of the Year.
I think
If they do, he's going to win that too because wait, no, never mind because he
Dibanza
won't.
and Boozer.
Yeah, I was going to say there's too many. Never mind. He won't
He'd
win
probably
that
be
one.
third though. He'd be
He'll
third behind those
definitely
guys.
win SEC.
Oh, 100%.
Without a doubt. He's an incredible player, averaging 20 points a game, 3 assists per game, 3 rebounds per game, 6 assists per game. That's really good stats. My biggest issue with Tennessee is they're still not getting enough from Nate Ament. I mean, he had 13. But that's not good enough.
No.
When you're a 5-star freshman, one of the most highly touted recruits Tennessee's gotten in a while, and
got all the tools.
Yeah, it's just he can't. Somehow he's averaging 15 points a game, 7 rebounds a game. I'm honestly surprised. That's not bad. It just seems when he's playing the good teams, he doesn't do that. He only had 13 points, 3 rebounds. Now, if he had 13 and 7, I might not be saying, oh, that was a bad game for him. Also, Jacoby Gillespie, he didn't really have a great game either. He had 14 points, 5 of 15 overall, though.
I wonder what his field goal percentage is because he has so many of these games where he takes a bunch of shots and just misses a ton of them.
Still 42.3%, but that's 150 plus.
Well, that's not terrible, though. I mean, not atrocious, but not great, obviously.
Where the game was won at is the free throw line. 29 of 33, Arkansas. 12 of 23 for Tennessee.
Yeah, that's a big disparity.
That's the big disparity.
Dude, 29 of 33 is smoking from the free throw line. That is insane.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
And then all those misses probably came from Nick Pringle.
No, dude, he is so bad, dude. He's not a good player. Tennessee dominated the points in the paint. I mean,
how was he still in the NCAA?
I don't know. Tennessee's a good team. This is going to be a tough game. This is a really, really tough start to a SEC schedule, playing at Arkansas against a really talented team. So I'm not shocked by Tennessee. I think they're going to be okay. They were only down by 1 at halftime, and even into the second half, it was pretty close.
With 4 minutes and 15 seconds left to go, I saw they were only down by 2.
Yeah, like I'm looking here at with you're right, 4:16 they're down by 2. Then Arkansas gets a 3 and then it was done, and then they kind of took over.
Done from there.
What?
It was pretty much done from there, like you said. Sorry.
Yeah, no. If this was at Tennessee, I think Tennessee would win the game.
Probably.
But Arkansas, man, I think they have a real shot to win the SEC.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I really think they do. I'm curious what their schedule is though in the SEC. I'm curious if they play Bama they have to play at Alabama. So that will be a really good game on February 17th. They don't play them again. And they have to play. I'm trying to see some of these other top teams, contenders.
Their schedule is pretty simple until they go to at Georgia versus Vandy.
That's a big stretch right there. Those 2 games, Georgia and Vandy.
Yeah. And then they don't really play. Their schedule is pretty light for the SEC. I mean, SEC is not nearly as deep as it was this year, as it was last year. I mean, so we'll see what happens in that 2-game stretch. Georgia's actually really solid this year, and Vandy, of course, is solid. They're undefeated still.
Can we talk about this Georgia-Auburn game real quick?
Yeah.
Dude, did you see that?
I did not.
Bro.
I did not watch it.
This had to be one of the most wild games I've ever seen. First and foremost, me and Jake were watching this. Jake's our brother-in-law, and the refs in this game were calling fouls on every single possession. And I know some of them really were fouls, but some of them it's like, guys, you've got to hold the whistle. It ruins the pace of the game. It throws everything off. It slows it down and makes the game last forever. Like, it was 40-something fouls, and there were still like 10 minutes left in the game or something like that. I need to go look at this, how many fouls there were in this game.
Both teams both teams shot over 30. Georgia shot 35 free throws. Auburn shot 36.
Yes, and like there was a time there where like in the second half, at the first half of the second half, Auburn could not hit a free throw. Like me and Jake were sitting there. I'm like, I have not seen them make a free throw yet. They shot 67%, which is actually better than I thought it was. It's not great, but Georgia shot 71%. But did you even see how it ended?
No.
Okay. Georgia has this game in the bag. Like they're up by like 6 with 25 seconds left. And I don't remember the whole sequence, off the top of my head here, but you're like, okay, if you're up, it was 4 or 5 or 6. I can't remember. But either way, with 20 something seconds left, you're like, hey, we're going to win this game. Well, somehow Auburn cuts it to 3 and Auburn gets the ball back and they fouled Keyshawn Hall shooting a 3 with 0.5 seconds left, 0.7 seconds left. And he hits the first 2 free throws. He misses the third one no. He couldn't miss the third one on purpose because like that would have tied the game up.
So it was 89-85 with 15 seconds left.
No, I think they were down by 5. He got fouled they were down by 4. Sorry. I'm getting
89-85.
They were down by 4. He gets fouled. So he makes the first 2. And he's like, well, you've got to miss this one on purpose. Hope to get a tip in, right? To tie it up. He misses it perfectly. I mean, he bricks it. It hits the rim and bounces off to the short corner. And Auburn, I think it's Overton, grabbed the ball and he turned and shot it and fadeaway drained it going to OT. I mean, most improbable, finish to a game. And then they were up by 3 in overtime. But then, dude, I would say Georgia's got some guards that are nasty. They all look like they're like 5'5", but man, they hit some big shots. And Auburn lost Todd Pettiford. He was fouled out. Had they had Todd, I think they would have won the game in OT. But anyways, I had to say something about that game. It was wild. SEC is going to be so much fun this year, man, because there's no like amazing team. It's just like several good teams and like scrappy teams, So any thoughts on those games?
Something that jumps off, I didn't watch it, so I don't know. I don't have a lot. That jumps out immediately to me is that Todd Pettiford was benched. He came off the bench.
He did come off the bench and he played really well.
He played really well. So maybe that's something they see him going forward. But I guess Jeremiah Wilkinson is a beast because he's averaging 18 points a game. He had 31 against Auburn.
He was going to hit a really big like step back 3 that actually 2 threes in OT that kind of sealed it for Georgia. Yeah. So, but Auburn, man, they kept fighting, man. And Georgia's a good team. So Auburn's going to be a tough out in the SEC as well.
Yeah, SEC is going to be crazy this year just because, like you said, everyone's going to beat everybody. There's not going to be a team that's going to just run the league because there's just nobody that's head and shoulders. But I'm looking forward to it. This is probably one of the best Georgia teams in a while. So I don't ever remember them being this highly ranked in a long time. Maybe Contavious Caldwell-Pope.
They had that SEC Player of the Year, Yante Maton, several years ago.
Whoever that is.
I think they made the tournament, but they still weren't good.
Yeah, I mean they were good with Anthony. They weren't good with Anthony Edwards either. He's a beast, but they were not good with him.
All right, well, let's wrap this discussion up by talking about Kentucky at Alabama. Listen, I picked Kentucky as my bold prediction to win the SEC. Somebody commented on the video and said Kentucky's not winning the SEC. And hey, listen, they may not. That's why it's a bold prediction. Like, if I had to pick somebody, it wouldn't be Kentucky. It was just like a bold prediction of something that could possibly happen. I expected them to lose this game, though. Like, we both predicted that. So, like, I expected them to lose at Coleman against a solid Alabama team, that's getting healthy. Although, dude, there's not been a game yet this season where Alabama has had its full complement of players. Taylor Bowen was out Saturday. And then Aiden Sherrill went out in the game. Amari Allen went out in the game. Like, they're littered with injuries.
I was wondering why Noah Williamson played so much.
Dude, he played so good. Played really, really well. Alabama's guards are just insane. When their
Oh, yeah.
guards are clicking, this is almost an unbeatable team. And listen, LeBaron Feiland had a pretty tame game. Like, he had 2 or 4 points at halftime. He ended up with 17. So, like, he did come alive a little bit in the second half. But, like, he's usually scoring over 20. And, he didn't even have a great game, and you still got whooped. Because Aiden Holloway, dude, I mean, he was unconscious. He was hitting some of the most insane three-pointers. That three-pointer from the logo to kind of seal the game. Like, what do you do if you're on defense? There's nothing you can do with that. Latrell Reitzel didn't play good. But it's just like when you've got that many guards that are elite, it's like, what do you do? So Alabama at home, they're going to be a tough out in the SEC as well.
They're a good team, and we love Alabama, of course. I would have picked Alabama even if I wasn't an Alabama fan because Kentucky's not good. I have one of the youth group kids who is a Kentucky fan because one of their family members went to Kentucky, even though they live in Tuscaloosa. But he said, I'm really starting to wonder. This is what he said to me on Sunday morning. He said, I'm really starting to wonder if
I'm still here.
I'm really starting to wonder if Kentucky has shooting machines. If they even shoot the ball at all.
They cannot shoot.
They cannot make a shot.
Dude.
4 of 19 from 3.
Oh. Did he comment on our video?
No, I don't think so. He might have.
Oh, no. But I saw this on another video. It said something like Alabama or it said Kentucky 12 points from the 3-point line, Bama 45. Enough said. And that's it. Like, that's all you need to know. If you know that stat before the game, you know who's going to win.
Exactly.
So
Kentucky's not going to be great this year. Alabama won by 15, and this game was not. Honestly, I think it could have been worse than that.
Alabama kept making boneheaded decisions, letting Kentucky kind of stick around for a while.
Yeah.
When they could have put they were up by like 21 points in the first half, and they let Kentucky cut it to like 13 with just a minute or two left.
They cut it to 9 at one point.
Yes. I mean, they just kept cutting it. And I'm like, guys, let's just put this one away. And they did. They closed. I mean, Kentucky's got talent. I am really impressed with Jalen Lowe.
Yeah.
I think he's a really good pickup. And as he gets more healthy, I think he's really going to help that team. I think he has the potential to be their best player. He was really
who's really going to have to step up. Someone who's really going to have to step up is Jaden Quintance, though. He's going to have to
he was not
get a lot better.
He was not good.
He had a great game against St. John's. I mean, I know he's only had 2 games. He had a great game against St. John's. I was kind of expecting him to be a factor, but he was not good against Alabama.
No.
So maybe they'll turn it around. If they don't, it's no skin off my back. I don't like Kentucky, so it is what it is.
Let me say this, though, about Alabama. I thought the defensive intensity was better than they've ever been. They're still 70 on Ken Pom at defense, which is horrific, if you want to be a top team. But the way they came out in this game and played, they held Kentucky, to 34 in the first half, which they gave up some baskets late. Then Kentucky was in the 20s, like with just a few minutes left to go, I feel like. And, they had some really good defensive intensity. I like to see them hold them to the low 70s, Kentucky, that is. So I hope they can build upon that. And if they do, this is going to be a really dangerous team. If they get their defensive engine going, it's going to be really dangerous because if they're going to be popping threes like this. Like, I'm trying to see how many Alabama shot 38. Dude, that's insane. 38 3-pointers.
They fire them, man.
They fire them. And they're going like with just the sheer volume of 3-pointers, they're bound to hit several, with just the type of shot makers they've got. Houston Millette came up big. And of course, Aiden Holloway was just insane. So Kentucky's been super underwhelming. That bold prediction is
Yeah.
already on ice.
Honestly, we just feel like a broken record at this point because how much we say like how disappointing they've been. But it is what it is. I mean, you just got to get better.
Hey,
Be better.
and here's the thing: Otega Owe had a great game.
Yeah.
Like he had a really, really good game. He had maybe a season high in this game. I mean, he dropped maybe not, but he had 22 and 8. And he had, dude,
also,
I didn't realize he was as athletic as he is. He had a nasty dunk.
Something else that was funny is he fell. LeBaron Philon made him fall, and the announcer said, LeBaron Philon had Otega Owe wondering where he was going.
Yeah. That was
and I was like, ooh, it was bad.
He's got to work on his shot. He's got a hitch in his shot, and it is ugly.
Ooh,
boy.
He is not a good shooter. He cannot shoot. I mean, you talk about somebody who's just a pure slasher. Yeah. It's him because he cannot shoot.
Well, there was a point where I think they were down by 9. And he had a good 3-point shot, like open shot from the top of the key, and just bricked it. And I was like, that is one way to just kill the momentum there, Otega.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
I don't know if we have anything else any other games to react to. Unless you can think of one, we can go right into predicting some games for tomorrow because there are some big games tomorrow and Wednesday.
Huge.
The first one is Duke at Louisville. Duke at Louisville. The sad news is Mikael Brown Jr. is not playing. I just looked it up to see if he was. He's not playing. And somehow, I don't understand this. How in the world does Louisville on ESPN have a 54.6% chance to win? There's no way.
I wonder if they're still baking in Mikael Brown Jr. and I guess the home court advantage, which I still think is bogus. But even with Mikael Brown Jr., I'd pick Duke.
Yeah. The only thing I will say is after losing to Texas Tech, Duke almost lost to Georgia Tech and almost lost to Florida State. So
they did, but they're going to beat Louisville. They just lost to Stanford, bro.
Yeah, I think Louisville beats. I mean, I think Duke beats Louisville too. No problem at all.
Look,
and unless somehow, some way they can hold Cameron Boozer to under 10, then they might win. Maybe
that's a massive if. But
yeah,
let me just say this: Mikael Brown Jr. is not playing in the game. It's over. That's all you need to know. Like if you tell somebody that Mikael Brown Jr. is not playing in a game against Duke, that team's not going to win. I'm sorry. They have not shown enough. They got whooped by Tennessee without Mikael Brown Jr. They just lost to Stanford. What makes you think that they're going to beat Duke? I don't care if they're playing. I don't care if they're playing at Kentucky or at Louisville. They're not going to be playing at Kentucky. That'd be weird. Yeah. I don't care where they're playing. You know, you don't have your best player. You're not winning this game against Duke. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you're just not.
I'm just gonna play devil's advocate and just say it's kind of like Josh Pate does. Josh Pate does we already know the outcome of the game. So let's say like what's the way they would win? You're gonna need a transcendent performance from Ryan Conwell.
100%.
And I'm talking about like a 30-point plus game from him, and just everyone surrounding him playing their role, and him just having a game that is just unreal, like something that's going to be talked about for the rest of the season for them to win, because Duke's defense is just too good. Like he's a great player. He's a great player, but Duke's defense is just too good for him to probably do that. But he's going to have something like that for them to win. And then also they're going to have to hold Cameron Boozer. I said 10, but legitimately probably like 15 at the most. If he has any more than that, it's too much. I think Duke wins by 10 plus. Unfortunately, would love to see Louisville win. I used to be a big Louisville supporter, especially when Peyton Siva was there. So
and Russ Smith, man, they had some nasty teams.
Go Cards. I'm cheering for Louisville, but I don't see it happening. I think Duke is too talented. So anything else on?
Yeah, what I would say is how this is going to happen is you're going to have I think you're going to have an insane 3-point performance. This team shoots 35.3% from 3. I don't know what the rank is on that. It's not high. They're still ranked 13th in KenPom, which is I'm kind of shocked by that at this point, but maybe they're baking in the fact that Mikel Brown's been missing. I think you're just going to have to go off like from 3-point line to win this game because I don't see the guys inside handling Cameron Boozer and what's the other guy's name on Duke? I'm missing his name.
Not Badunga. I'm missing it too.
We're both missing this. Anyways,
give me a second.
I just don't see them.
Ngongba.
Yeah, Ngongba. I knew it was something. I was thinking Badunga came to my mind too. I knew it was something weird like that. Ngongba.
Yeah, it's definitely weird.
I don't see these guys on Louisville, having an impact on those guys on the inside. So I mean, you just got to go off from 3-point range. And I'm talking about like even if you have a good day from 3-point, I don't think it's going to be good enough. You have to have a great day from the 3-point line, like you said, a transcendent performance from somebody, and everybody else has got to be hitting. You just got to have an insane game. And, yeah.
Louisville's really undersized. That's why they got destroyed. Yeah. That's why they got destroyed by Tennessee because no one could guard their bigs. They're just so undersized.
That's what I'm saying. They're not going to be able to handle. They're not going to be able to just do this by shoving it inside. Like, well, it's just not going to happen.
Community.
All right. Yeah. All right. Move on. Next game, Duke's winning that game. It's not even close. I think it's double digit.
You want to talk about Georgia versus Florida? Georgia at Florida. Real quick.
I think Florida wins the game.
I think Florida wins too. Since it's at Florida, I think Florida picks up a ranked win. Their first one. Maybe is that their would that be their first ranked this season?
No, it can't be.
Dude, their first ranked win this season will be tomorrow at 6 p.m.
No.
It will be. I'm looking at it right now. They do not have a ranked win.
Yeah, it's not good. That's not good.
So
yeah, I think they win this game. I mean,
I think they beat Georgia close. I think again, like we just talked about with Duke versus Louisville. I think Georgia does not match up well with Florida.
No, and it being at Florida, that's
yeah. I'm just going to look at some of their height real quick. I don't know who starts. I mean, it's actually not bad, but their tallest guy is 6'11", and then it goes down to 6'9". But I mean, you got to guard Condon, Chinyulu, Houck, and Hamlockton. I just don't see it happening. I think Florida wins.
Interesting game here. Look, listen, I think Georgia is their schedule not great so far. They've had a lot of close calls. Georgia Tech, they beat them by 5. Xavier beat them by 1. You lost to Clemson by 3. They did whoop Florida State and Cincinnati, but they have had some close calls. Barely beat Auburn in OT at home. I think this is a step up in terms of, the roster that you're playing. Dalton, you're back. Wait. Dalton, did you disappear? Yeah, you're gone. You're gone. I don't know what happened, but your screen is gone. So, yeah, it's still gone. I don't know how to get you back up here, man. No, don't hang up. Don't hang up. I don't think so. Guys, we're just having some technical difficulties. Let me see if this will get you back in here. I was wondering if you were there. Hey, log out and log back in actually and see it. I'll see if it'll get you back in. Guys, we're having some big time technical difficulties, but anyways, I think Georgia, they're a good team. Don't get me wrong, guys, but I think they've kind of had a weak schedule. It hasn't been anything special, in my opinion. And so I think playing at Florida, especially, this is a step. You're back.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you're back in. I think this is a step up in competition for them. Florida's got a good roster. They have not played great, but they've got a good roster, and it being at Florida, I think is going to be the difference. So I'm gonna go with Florida in this game. And I'm sorry, Haley keeps calling me here.
Bruh, tell her to stop calling me.
Yeah, I need to real quick.
Say we're almost done. We're
Any
almost done.
thoughts? Any thoughts?
No, I don't have anything else really. I said all that I think I need to say. I think Florida finally picks up their first ranked win. You went away this time.
I know,
We're having
dude.
we got to invest in something else, man. I think we got to invest in something besides the video ninja. Nothing against you guys at video, but it's not working out for them.
Nothing against you guys at video. Nobody knows these guys.
Okay. Texas Tech versus Houston, probably the biggest game tomorrow night.
Big game.
I'm going to go ahead and say it right here. Even though it's at Houston, I'm going Texas Tech.
Stop.
I think Texas Tech wins this game. I really do. Here's the reason why. JT Toppin and Christian Anderson. It was the difference against Duke, and I see it being the difference here against Houston. I know Houston's defense is better, but like we said before about Houston, their ranked defense is like lowest that we've seen in a long time. I think JT Toppin is just going to be, and Christian Anderson are going to be too much for this team, and I don't see Houston scoring enough to keep up with it. I mean, they're not down too far. Texas Tech averages 85. Houston averages 78. Houston holds people to 60 points per game, and Texas Tech not very good, 74 points per game. But I just think Texas Tech's their duo is way better than those two players are way better than any player on Houston's team. So
I agree.
So I think that's just going to be the difference. Usually how it works, and not all the time because we've seen it happen. Obviously, we saw it happen on Friday and Saturday, but usually the better players win the game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick with that. Better players. JT Toppin, 21 points per game. Houston, Emmanuel Sharp is 16 points a game. So
yeah. Hey, listen, I think Texas Tech's a good pick. I'm going to pick Houston. And I had another bold prediction that Houston would finish outside the top 5 of the Big 12.
You said that.
And here I am predicting them to win this game. I would not be shocked. I think Houston they've been a little underwhelming this year. Like you just said, they've been lower in KenPom than they ever have been, like since Kelvin Sampson's been there. I would agree that JT Toppin and Christian Anderson will be the two best players on the court. And they're on Texas Tech. However, I do believe the collective of the starting 5 of Houston is better than the starting 5 of Texas Tech.
I can probably get behind that.
I think they just have some, I don't know. They just have some, not like nobody on Houston's going to wow you, but they're all just like solid. They're all just, pretty consistent. And I think this being at Houston, I'm going with the home teams. I think this being at Houston is a big deal. If this was at Texas Tech, I'd say Houston's in big trouble. But since it's at Houston, I think they'll get this done. And I think their defense is going to be the difference. And it always is for Houston.
Yeah.
I don't see this being a high scoring game. I think JoJo Tugler can limit JT Toppin. I'm not saying he's going to have like 10, but I don't think he's going to have like 25,
No.
And I think those guards can present a problem for Christian Anderson.
Yeah.
And so I think with all of that and it being at Houston, I think I'd give the coaching edge to Kelvin Sampson barely, but well, not barely, but it's Grant McCaslin's a good coach for Texas Tech. I'm just going to pick Houston in this game. I think they're going to win this game at home.
And they play again in 3 weeks. So,
and
literally,
I think they'll split.
Yeah.
I'll pick Texas Tech at Texas Tech, but here at Houston,
less than 3 weeks, actually, 18 days.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be a really good game, though. Like I predict both of these games to be really close.
Yes.
And Houston They're my pick to win the national championship at the beginning of the season. I'm not loving that pick. But I do think with their defense can keep them in any game, much like Michigan State, But can
Yeah,
their
I would agree with that.
offense I think somebody's got to step up, for Houston on offense. And right now, there's no guy that's just like, again, going to wow you. I mean, Sharp's averaging 16, like you said, but it's just like kind of a different guy has to step up each game. So I think it'll be a really good game, though. Any other thoughts
Yeah.
on that one?
No, I don't have anything else. I hope Texas Tech can win. I like JT Toppin. Love Grant McCaslin. Just like that. I just like that program. I've been a big fan of them. Just been a big fan since last year, really. Like when they made that run, I was like, I really like this team. I was really hoping they would beat Florida.
Dude, they had that game in the bag. They choked
They
it.
did.
I picked
They
them to
did.
go to the Final Four, and they choked it. So
They really did. They had that game and just lost it. I don't know if we have anything else, any other game on Tuesday or not,
no,
but I didn't think so. So we're going to talk about Alabama versus Vandy, and then the show will be yours. Vandy undefeated. Alabama goes to Vandy,
yep,
and this is going to be a great game. I mean, I think it's going to be a really high scoring game because neither team can stop, and both teams average 94 points a game. So I just think that it's going to be literally who can outshoot the other team.
yeah.
Bama surprisingly for like the first time I think ever out rebounds a team by 3, so it's not that big of a difference. I'm gonna take against my better judgment. I'm gonna take Vandy because it's at Vandy. That their stadium is probably the worst stadium in the country because it's so weird. Like there's nobody, there's nobody on the floor. It's
I think
horrible.
it's cool.
I don't. I think it's terrible. But I think Bama going on the road, not the health not being there, they're like Vandy's getting some wins under their belt. Not just, I mean, they haven't really beat anybody big name yet. I don't know. Like Bama, man, I'm really torn with this one. I'm gonna say Vandy right now. Maybe I'll change it after you're done talking. I'm gonna look for a minute. But go ahead on your thoughts on this.
I'll just go ahead and say I'm picking Alabama this game. And the reason why is this. I look at Vandy's schedule. I think their best win overall, it's got to be SMU or UCF.
Yeah.
One of those two. And I mean, UCF just had a really good win. SMU just had a really good win. So maybe those teams are better than we think. We already talked about that earlier in the video. But I don't think when you look at that, like, are SMU or UCF going to be contenders for really anything in this year? I don't think so. So like those are their best wins by far. Like you got wins against Memphis and Wake Forest and South Carolina, VCU, but none of those jump off the page like, man, what a win. They did whoop up on St. Mary's. I don't think St. Mary's is what they usually are. They had some close calls though, man. Like they only beat Western Kentucky by 5.
Oh,
83-78. You only beat Central Arkansas by 11. You beat Memphis by 7. So these are close games here. You beat South Carolina by 12. That's a solid win. Eastern Kentucky, I thought it said 92-82. It's 92-62. That was actually a whoop. But you get what I'm saying. There's been some close calls here.
yeah.
And I don't think yet that they've played a team of Alabama's caliber,
Yeah.
So I think they're 6 in KenPom, but I think it's inflated by an inferior schedule.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like they're 14 on defense and 6 on offense. I'm just curious.
14th
on defense.
They're averaging. They're letting people score 71 points a game on them.
Well, I mean, 70 is not terrible.
Yeah, but most people in the highers are like that higher 60s. But I just went against what I just said about Texas Tech. I can't have it both ways. And just after your thoughts, like I thought I would, I'm picking Alabama. Not because I'm a homer and I am, but I just said the better talent usually wins, and Alabama clearly has the better talent than
100%.
Vandy.
They have not played a roster like
Yeah.
Alabama's yet, and I'm curious how they'll scale against this type of team, like how their performance will scale against a top 15 team. They have not played a ranked team yet, you know?
Nope.
Now, some of these
Those teams.
teams may have been ranked when they played them, but like,
No, because it would say it next to it.
okay, but like,
I'm pretty sure.
but here's the thing. I would not be shocked if Vandy won the game. It's at Vandy. It's going to be a crazy environment. You know they're going to come out for this game.
Oh, yeah.
Vanderbilt fans are hungry for a good basketball team. They had some really good teams in the 2000s and early, 2010s. It's been a while since they've had a great team. Could this be a great team? I don't know. I think they're going to be a good team. I think they're going to compete in the SEC, but they're going to have some losses come their way. I think this is going to be the first one. Alabama's pace of play and their sheer 3-point output in these guards, I think is going to be a problem for Vandy. I think they're a good team, but I think they've not seen anybody yet like Alabama, and it's going to be a shock to the senses.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts on this.
They do have some good players there. Tyler Nickel is a great 3-point shooter, averaging 15 points a game. But one guy that really impresses me is Tyler Tanner, their point guard. He averages 16 points a game, 6 assists per game, shooting 53% on the season. But he only averages 1 turnover. Last year, 0.5 turnovers a game. This year, 1.5 turnovers a game. He just really takes care of the ball.
He's got to be a transfer.
No, he played for Vandy last year.
Oh, Tyler Nickel.
No, I said Tyler Tanner.
Tanner. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's their point guard. He didn't start last year, but he's starting this year. He just really takes care of the ball, and that's exactly what you want in a point guard. That's all. That's all you could ask for. Is say, hey, we want you out there. We want you on the floor. We want you taking care of the ball, and that's what he does. He does that perfectly, and I think that they're a good team. But like I said, like you said too, Bama's talent and their depth is going to be the key to this game, and I just think it's going to be too much. I don't think their defense. I don't think Vandy's defense is going to be enough to stop Alabama's offense. So I'm changing it. I'm taking Alabama in a close game, a high scoring game. I'm gonna say at least 80s.
Yeah.
So
well, they do have Chandler Bing on their team, so watch out.
Yes.
He averages 2 points a game. But hey, they do have 5 players who average double digits. That's impressive. And Duke Miles, he's a transfer from Oklahoma. Really good player. He's their leading scorer at 17.1 points a game. Really good player. I think it's going to be a tough test for both teams, but I think Alabama's going to pull it out in the end and win a close one at Vanderbilt. So Vanderbilt no longer undefeated. See ya.
Yeah. Duke Miles is from Montgomery. I'm trying to see where he played at in high school. Played at Robert E. Lee.
Nice.
In Montgomery. So is that high school? Yeah. He transferred from Troy, actually. He went to Troy to Oklahoma, then Oklahoma to Vandy.
Yeah.
But yeah, their team is solid. Devin McLaughlin, he's back for another year. He was a good player last year. Their team is good. Vandy's they got a good team. They haven't played anybody yet. Alabama's just going to be too much for this team. I'm going to take Alabama, like I said, in a close one.
Changed your mind. You're welcome.
You did. Yeah, I'm glad you did because I can't. And I also was thinking, I was like, you know what? I just said better talent wins most of the time. And I'm going to say it. I can't go back on that.
You're just copying me. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, maybe I am. It doesn't matter. So roll Tide forever.
Yeah.
Even though they got killed by Indiana.
Get wrecked. Hey, let me say one other thing here. There's this debate right now, guys. Who's number 1 in college basketball? Is it Arizona? Is it Michigan? To me, it's got to be Arizona. And I don't even know why there's a debate on this. I guess what voters are saying is that they're looking at the eye test. And since Michigan's beating people by 30, it's like, oh, they've got to be number 1. And, my thoughts on this is, okay, yes, I actually do think the eye test can come into play. But resume has to matter more than your eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
Who you beat, who you have played. And right now, Arizona has a better resume than Michigan. Michigan's best win by far is against Gonzaga. And yes, it was a 40-point drubbing, but still, Arizona's got wins against UConn, Alabama, UCLA, Florida, Auburn. I know Michigan also has beat Auburn, but they've got a better collection of wins. And they've also beaten some teams. I mean, they beat Auburn by 30. They beat Alabama by 21. Like, Arizona has to be the number one team. I don't know why it's even a discussion. And do we also forget? I think some people say, well, Arizona had a close game against UCLA. Did you forget that TCU took Michigan to the wire? You forget that Maryland had them on the ropes in the second half until like the very end, Michigan took over. And do we forget Wake Forest took Michigan to OT? Wake Forest, not a good team. So Michigan should not be number one. They're in their rightful place at number two. Arizona is a number one team in the country until they lose a game, right? If they lose a game and Michigan's undefeated, then yes, Michigan can take the top spot. But as long as Arizona's undefeated, Michigan should not jump them. That's my opinion.
I agree 100%. The AP poll only had them 1 point difference.
It's so stupid.
I strongly disagree with that. I think you could make the argument that Iowa State's resume is better than Michigan's too, because they beat St. John's when they were ranked 14, and they beat
Purdue by like 50.
So,
yeah,
smack Purdue when Purdue was number one at home.
Yeah.
So I just don't think that Michigan deserves the number one spot yet. I think they're a great team.
Great team.
There's no doubt about it. But they're just not. They're not quite to the Arizona's level, in my opinion.
No, and Joe Lunardi is drooling, man.
Yeah, dude.
Drooling over Michigan. He's loving it. And he certainly would be one who would say, oh, Michigan's number one. He's got him the number one overall seed in his bracketology. I'm like, Joe, you can't let your preseason predictions blind you from the fact that Arizona has the better resume and is just as good of a team as Michigan. So Arizona's got to be number one.
I'm really looking forward to, like, Michigan doesn't play anybody until the 27th when they play Nebraska, and then they play Michigan State on the 30th.
That's a good stretch right there.
I'm looking for those two games because I really want to see them play. Like, the only person they've played, in my opinion, that's really high caliber is Gonzaga. That's it.
Yeah.
No one else is like, man, these teams are really good.
I froze.
Like, you did. Like, Auburn was ranked 21. They're garbage this year. So it's just like, I'm really looking forward to seeing them play. USC was 24 when they played them. They're trash.
They're not good. Not good.
No.
Everybody's like, oh, they beat them by 30. It's like USC is not good. They almost lost to Troy. They had a miracle buzzer beater to beat Troy.
Literally.
So, come on, guys.
So we'll see what happens. Arizona is definitely the number one team. You're not changing my mind off that either. I totally agree with everything that you said. Thank you all for tuning in for another episode of Pick and Roll with the Presley Bros. If you made it this far, we appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. We love y'all. Roll Tide always.
God bless.